Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aman Khalid and we're here with the latest episode of All of Your Businesses. So today in this episode we will be talking about the tax reforms and the new bill which is being passed in National Assembly about new provinces, and today we have Mehtab Haider with us and he will be talking about all these things. So Assalamu alaikum sir, welcome to the show.
Alaikum assalam.
So sir, the first question we will be asking you is, Pakistan is pursuing fiscal consolidation and tax reforms. So could creating new provinces disrupt this economic progress?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much for having me. Actually, it's ongoing debate that whether administrative units can ensure effective delivery at the grassroots level, or existing provinces can deliver with the provision of local government. It's ongoing debate and there are pros and cons. Some economists suggest that if more administrative units are put in place, it will increase the cost of bureaucratic cost and other attached cost. And they are saying that there is a need to strengthen three tiers of government, including federal government, provincial government and the local government. There are pros and cons of both sides, and I think this ongoing debate will trigger new aspects of all sides, and then a consensus will be achieved among the political parties as well as among the other stakeholders. So I think there are some apprehensions that it might create difficulties for the fiscal consolidation, because in the last budget we have seen that the provinces have rendered more than 1 trillion rupees in favor of the center under Article 164. So provinces are extending their support, but there is another aspect which we must keep in mind, that the overall contribution of the provinces in terms of tax to GDP is less than 1%, and they are heavily relying on the resources emanating from the National Finance Commission. So it's a debate, but I think that there is a need to strengthen the third tier of the government, and that is the local government.
So what do you think that creating 12 to 32 provinces, will Pakistan afford the additional fiscal burden?
I think it will require more bureaucratic structure. It will require more infrastructure as well to run an effective government. But this debate has just triggered, and every aspect will come forward when there will be arguments and the counter arguments. So I think in my view it might increase some cost attached to the increased number of provinces, but if the service delivery is improved, then it might be a good system. But there are some other arguments. There is a counter argument that if third tier of the system, governance system, that is the local government, is strengthened and in place in all four provinces up to the mark, but it requires some amendments in the constitution. So it depends that how we are going to tackle this governance issue when there is a need to ensure effective delivery system at the grassroots level. Everyone concedes that there is a need to improve the social service delivery at the grassroots level. But there is another aspect. In the aftermath of 18th Amendment, more than 17 subjects were devolved, but the center didn't devolve effectively. Those subjects were still holding footprints in the center. So there is a need to implement or execute the 18th Amendment in true letter and spirit, and then ensure an effective implementation on third tier of the government. So it's ongoing debate, and before reaching any conclusion, there is a need to enrich this debate at all levels in order to evolve an effective and a consensus. Because without evolving consensus, we will not be able to put in place a system which will deliver at the grassroots level.
Okay, so the third question is, Pakistan has struggled to reach consensus on a new NFC award. So could more provinces make resources distribution even more difficult for us?
It depends, because we have seen that in last 16 years we were unable to evolve any consensus on the new NFC award. The last NFC award was enacted in 2010, and every time the presidential order was promulgated for extension of another year. But we should also keep in mind that the provinces have rendered their resources in favor of the center to the tune of more than 1 trillion rupees in the last budget. That enable the federal government to make an effective budget. That provided a breathing space to the different sectors of economy, because we have seen that in the last budget the government provided tax incentives to the salaried class, to the retail sector, to the exporters, and to the other segments of the society, and the center was enabled to do it mainly because the provinces contributed under Article 164. So if the more provinces are going to be created, then it might create difficulties to evolve consensus, because under the NFC we cannot reach any conclusion or any decision without evolving consensus. So it requires a consensus based decision. So when there will be more stakeholders, it requires more spade work to evolve consensus. But it depends. But there is another element which we should also keep in mind, that the center distributes resources under the National Finance Commission award. But there is another obligation on the provinces, that they are supposed to distribute the resources under the Provincial Finance Commission from provinces to the districts. So this is the missing link, and that's why we have seen that there is an ineffective local governments, because if they have the administrative powers but they don't have the required financial resources, so there is a need to create a synergy whereby they should be given administrative as well as financial resources in order to ensure that they can deliver at the grassroots level.
Yes. So the next question is, administrative restructuring could consume significant political and bureaucratic attention. So could this delay Pakistan's economic recovery and development agenda?
Actually, it can also deliver a good on account of social service delivery, because if 4 provinces are taking decision about the far-flung areas, it's very difficult to execute the development projects in the far-flung areas. But if there are more administrative units, then they can ensure effective delivery. So, and there is a consensus that education, health and other social services can only be delivered when there is ownership at the grassroots level. So it really depends whether there is a need to strengthen the local government or create more administrative units. But this debate can only be enriched when there is a need to conduct a dialogue on consistent basis, because it will help to evolve a consensus at the political level, and then the required amendments will also be enacted with the approval of the parliament, and then it will be executed. But ultimately, I think we will have to implement or execute one of them. Pakistan requires more administrative units or an effective local government. That should be debated at all levels in order to evolve any consensus.
Okay, so new provinces could increase political and economic fragmentation. Could this threaten continuity in Pakistan's economic policies?
I don't think that it will result into a further fragmentation because it's social service delivery and improved governance is a consistent dialogue which should be conducted on regular basis, and that can only be because it's an evolving process. Whenever there is a need to improve the social service delivery, it requires ownership, and when there will be more dialogue and consensus, there will be more ownership. So I don't think that it will result into any further fragmentation within the fabric of the society. But it will create a consensus evolved on the basis of continued dialogue, and this dialogue will help to improve the governance structure, because everyone concedes in Pakistan that social service delivery is not effective up to the desired mark, and it requires more debate, and it requires a consensus, and that consensus will only be enable Pakistan to move forward towards achieving the desired results. But there is a one thing on which everyone agrees, that without creation of more administrative units or an effective local government, we will not be able to improve the social service delivery. So it will be the choice of people of Pakistan that to whom they consider more suitable, keeping in view our ground realities.
Okay, so Pakistan is expecting exchange program of about $10 billion next month. So what do you think about it?
Minister for Finance Mohammad Aurangzeb Sahab yesterday told the journalist that Pakistan had requested exchange stabilization program to the US Treasury Department, and to the tune of $10 billion on the pattern of Argentina, because earlier United States had extended this facility to Argentina in order to build up a buffer on account of foreign exchange reserves. So on the same pattern, Pakistan had requested to the US Treasury Department, and now Islamabad expects a response from Washington by next month.
Okay.
So if this facility is being provided to Pakistan, Pakistan will be able to draw a facility of up to $10 billion, and it will not be provided in one go. Whenever Pakistan requires any assistance to build up its foreign exchange reserves, it will withdraw the amount and put in place into its foreign exchange reserves. There is another thing which Finance Minister apprised the journalist, that Pakistan is also awaiting a commercial refinancing from China to the tune of $1.3 billion. That amount had been repaid back to the Chinese banks, and now Pakistan expects that very soon this amount will be disbursed to Pakistan. And he was talking to the journalist on the occasion of launching Asan app for launching retailers fixed tax scheme, under which up to 200 million rupees of the portfolio, they are going to avail this scheme, under which at least they will have to pay 25,000 rupees.
Okay, so the last question is, empowered local governments could improve services and support businesses. So could strengthening local governments be a better economic alternative for Pakistan?
Yes, I think so. If the local government is strengthened, it will help Pakistan to complete the 3 tier of government, and it will also improve the social service delivery.
Okay. So in today's episode, we talked about the new provinces and the tax reforms. So that was it for today. I hope you liked this show. Thank you so much for watching us. Allah Hafiz.